What you're about to see is not real news. It is satire based on real news. The characters you're about to see are not real-life humans. They are frighteningly realistic puppets based on real-life humans. The views expressed in the show are not necessarily those of StarSat, its sponsors, its advertisers, or the nice lady that makes the coffee.
Are you too important and busy to handle everyday social interactions?
Yes.
Do you wish that your real life worked the way your social media does? Then I've got news for you. Introducing Humanify, where you pay us to bring your social media functionality to life.
Hi, Agile did you mean Mitama? Yeah, that I would like to be friends with you. To accept, first bump my right hand, and to hide me, first bump my left hand.
Hi, Human.
Humanify can make sure you look your best at all times. Hashtag no filter. Humanify even fulfills those functions of social media you don't really understand.
Hi, do you want me to pin that for you?
Okay.
Even the functions of social media you really don't understand.
Oh, Cyril, man.
As well as those functions you thought you deleted a long time ago.
Next 5. Helen Ziller just endorsed you for DA. Would you like to add this to your skills?
Humanify, when you absolutely don't want to deal with human beings. Wait, where's Twitter?
I wonder where Twitter is.
He's only been working for an hour. What a pussy.
Welcome, Kamkhelo, Sialumkela, Sontsela, Wamkelekile to another state of the puppet nation. This week, Deborah is on a training camp, and I am joined by a mystery co-host. Pierre signs a memo to uphold human rights. And Obama wants to free the internet.
I can't.
All this and more. But first, this. The ANC has named Danny Jordan as the new mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay. Jordan will retain his role as SAFA president.
What's going on, Danny? Just redecorating, boss.
Barack Obama has joined Twitter under the username POTUS. His first tweet assured the world it really was him after 6 years in office. Bill Clinton was quick to ask if the handle would be passed to his successor.
Hey, Bill, I'm just calling to say I got your tweet.
That's not really how Twitter works, Barack. You have a lot to learn.
Oh, okay. I was going to invite you around to help choose the interior decorator for the man cave I'm having put in, but never mind.
No, wait,
Man, I'm going to have fun messing with him for months.
And local star Charlize Theron is making waves in Mad Max Fury Road, which men's rights activists are urging people to boycott because it cunningly disguises feminism in an action movie.
That's right. This movie preys on the minds of ordinary men who naturally assume that anything with guns and explosions is going to be completely safe and happy. A safe male space with no stupid feelings or equal rights, yada yada. But then you go to the movies and wham! Charlize is all up in your face being feminist and crap. It's all a conspiracy to make men feel bad. I need a beer.
As mentioned, we have a special guest to host the show with me today. Earlier this week, he spoke out about how journalists don't know how to do their jobs. So, ta-da! He's here to give us a masterclass in interview technique, because it's now mandatory if you want the option to interview him ever again. Please welcome ANC Secretary General Mantashe.
No. Yes, thank you, Justice. I think that was an adequate introduction.
Thank you. So, Mr. Mantashe, what makes you an expert on journalism?
I have been bombarded by tiresome questions my whole career.
You stated that journalists aren't experts.
No, Justice. You aren't. Nobody is an expert. Journalists only wish they could understand the ANC. But luckily for you, I'm here. Me, myself, and I. Gwede.
So, what would you ask yourself, Mr. Mantashe, if you were me?
I'd ask me, I'll say, Mr. Mantashe, please guide me in understanding the ANC. How good of you to ask, Justice. No. Yes, I'd be delighted. So, who are we respectfully asking questions of first?
This week, Police Commissioner Ria Pierre signed a memorandum of understanding with the South African Human Rights Commission.
Wait, no. Yes, that actually happened. Go on.
The memorandum aims to promote respect for human rights in the police service.
Not that human rights weren't respected before. Isn't that right, Ria?
Well, hello, Mr. Mantashe. So lovely to see you here.
No. Yes, it's lovely, isn't it? Finally, you will get a real interview. I'm showing these journalists how it's done.
Thank you for that.
Will this memorandum come with any changes to the SAPS?
Well, no, of course not. The police has always had respect for human rights. With us today is Officer September, who has been demonstrating respectful policing.
He hasn't done anything.
Hey! Oh no, Justice. He has shown respect to your property and yourselves. Respectful policing, my dear.
It looks like doing nothing to me.
Do you see how he is not shouting, beating, or torturing anyone? Just respect.
Yep, a whole lot of doing nothing.
No. Yes, this is what I mean. You heard her say that the officer is demonstrating respectful policing, but you want to interpret.
Mr. Mantashe, maybe we should try asking questions. Journalists like to ask questions in interviews.
Silly questions. Thank you, Ria, for sharing valuable information.
Let's just try asking questions in the next one, okay?
I will say if it's okay. I'm the one giving the masterclass.
Of course.
Njandini.
So, Mr. Mantashe, would you like to introduce the next story?
No. Yes.
So, which one is it? No or yes?
What I said. No. Yes.
Okay. In his first sermon since being elected DA leader, Maimane preached about generosity.
Generosity? What does this puppet know about generosity?
Remember, we are asking questions.
Good evening to you all. Generosity is very important whether you are believers or not. Everyone needs generosity.
Let me ask you this question, Musi. Are you crazy?
No! I believe that generosity is important in all spheres. Note to self, omnipresent generosity.
Church and politics at the same time? Are you crazy?
No! Generosity is especially important in politics. Politicians need to be generous to the public, and the public needs to be generous with the politicians. Note to self, public to be more generous.
How can the public show generosity to politicians?
By listening with generous hearts and generous minds and giving them generous amounts of leeway.
So basically, don't freak out when politicians say ridiculous things?
Exactly. Generosity is a very important part of life. We would be better if we were more generous. Note to self. Nailed it.
No. Yes, that's a good point you make. But still, you haven't answered my question.
Now you know how journalists feel.
Don't be ridiculous. Journalists don't feel.
Welcome to the Logic Factor with me, Justice Malala, where I ask you to think straight, like the cast of Mad Men. Last week, I asked you what you thought about Alistair Sparks' comments, and equal numbers of you thought B and C. B and C? So half of you were duly outraged, and the other half, well, remember when we discussed how people don't get away with doing things just because they're South Africans? Well, you should have paid attention to me then. This week, I want to know what you think about the city of Cape Town wanting to stop load shedding in gang-stricken areas, prioritizing Menenberg. They say that the lights are a prime crime-fighting tool. So, do you think, A, absolutely, this should be a priority the country gets behind? B, this is just a pathetic excuse for why they haven't got the gangs under control yet? C, if I have to have load shedding, then damn straight Menenberg has to have load shedding as well. Or D, if lights are essential to crime fighting, keep them all on, damn it. So, there you have it. A, B, C, or D. You can vote on our website or Facebook. Share your logic with us, and I'll be back next week to tell you just how logical or illogical your answers were.
Oh. Ah. Oh. 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 Yes. Yes. Give it to me. Yes. Yes. Ah. 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 Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. 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 Oh, Sandra.
Get f***ed. Get a knee tag.
I never knew how deep this problem ran.
What problem?
You journalists, you even choose which stories to report on.
Well, yes, we have to decide what goes into the show.
So where are the stories about the great ANC triumphs this week?
Like what? What news stories do you think we've left out that deserve to be in this episode?
Nanzika.
I'm assuming this is all part of your masterclass?
No. Yes, well...
yes?
I'll get back to you on that.
Allegations of cash for posts...
Wait, you can't just broadcast allegations.
That's why we say allegations, and these allegations have been confirmed by past and current SATU members.
What allegations are these?
The allegations that SATU members have been trading posts in the Department of Basic Education for cash and livestock.
I don't believe it. You are probably taking it out of context.
Okay. Maybe you can let me finish the story and there could be answers.
Okay, keep reading them.
Rival teachers' unions have called for an independent investigation into the allegations.
No answers there, just allegations, you see?
I really think I should be the principal.
Well, that post needs someone with very specific talents, you know?
I do have great qualifications and a lot of experience.
When I said specific talents.
Oh, yes, well, my friend here has very specific talents. See? He dances.
I already have a chicken. Next.
But this one dances.
Yeah, sure, it's cute, but that's not going to get you anything more than a head of department post, you know?
What about a chicken that juggles? I can get you a juggling chicken.
Next. Akafuna ukuhamba lo.
Public Protector Tuli Madonsela is demanding respect.
Again?
In another letter to Parliament's Portfolio Committee, the Public Protector requested that she be given the same respect afforded to ministers.
She wrote another letter. How does she find time to do her job and write so many letters?
Well, let's ask her, shall we?
Questions. I have questions.
At last.
Glad to be here. I am...
What now, Twilly? What now?
That's not really a question.
Of course it is.
To show a little more respect, I would like people to.
It does remind me of someone, the way you are talking.
In many forms, wisdom comes.
What is he talking about?
Now that was a question. Ask more like that.
Simplify it for you. I will. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
How are we supposed to get answers when she does that?
And she's one of the good ones.
As the saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. Let's go. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Respect. Respect. What you want? Baby, I got it. What you need? You know I got it. All we need is just a little respect.
Just a little bit.
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 So, how is your country?
Sensational. The good food, the beaches, the women.
Kyk, hier's 'n foto van 'n padteken. De Klerk. Hulle het 'n straat na my vernoem. Ja, jy jok man, dis Photoshop.
Kriminele sluip in die huis in en dan mos hulle die hele f***ing plek op. Ja. Maar partykeer is dit nie eintlik hulle nie.
Kadingenanteto Ikulungkeo, Pantens and Diwatanzele.
They love supporting teams that break their hearts. They call it Protea Fire.
Fire! Like for top and up.
Yes, but this one leaves you empty and charred.
Hulle luister nog steeds na my CDs. Huh? Hulle noem dit musiek.
They still listen to our fucking CDs and they call it GIF music.
Ke motho wa go ba mosweu a re roads o swanela ke go wa.
Hayi unamanga Julius, Photoshop lena.
Bayasikhokhela amaholo ethu noba singezi lutho. Sifana nabalindi bemoto abahloniphekileyo.
Car guards.
Car guards.
Car guards! And how? 我喜欢，我有买，难say.
Advertisers are even worse than journalists, you know?
How so?
They don't even pretend to care about politics. More people should care about me and politics.
You should make an ad for that.
No. Yes, an ad.
And now it's time for some old news with Rian Khevach.
Hello, Justice. Lovely day for it.
So, when are you taking us today, Rian?
Well, it's been 75 years since South Africa's first hijacking.
People were hijacking cars in 1940?
No, Justice. Oh dear, no. It was a plane. Let me take you back. Good evening, goeienaand. It was a day of extreme terror for passengers on board an SAA flight from Salisbury to Johannesburg, which was hijacked today. 49 passengers were set free when the plane refueled in Salisbury, with the remaining 5 escaping at Chileka Airport in Malawi. Joining us is passenger Lottie Labuskaghni.
Goeie God, I never in my life imagined such a thing could happen.
Were the hijackers armed, Mrs. Labuskaghni?
Yeah, with sticks of dynamite. I thought they were going to blow us up. Oh, thank goodness the plane kept needing to refuel.
Do you know what the hijackers were wanting?
I've heard they were diamond smugglers.
Shoo, it must have been terrifying. How did you escape?
Well, the second time we landed for refueling, there was an animal on the runway, so he got distracted and we just ran.
Shoo, how brave.
Yeah. Although...
Yes?
I'm a little disappointed, really. I heard they wanted to take the plane to the Seychelles. I've never been. I hear it's lovely this time of year.
Of course, we're all so relieved you have returned home safely and that this is such a rare and astonishing occurrence. Who would have imagined hijackings in South Africa? Sure.
And now it's time for news making headlines around the world. And this week we are thrilled to be crossing over to our US correspondent, Scott Pelley. Hi, Scott.
Hello, Justice. Great to be here.
Wait, am I masterclassing him too?
I'm afraid I fall outside your jurisdiction, Mr. Mantashe.
So, Scott, please, will you take it away?
With pleasure. Kanye West, or should that be Dr. Kanye West, gave a commencement speech at the Institute of Chicago. In it, he said a fair number of wackadoodle things. I spoke my truth, yo. Kanye, you mentioned that's Dr. Kanye, or Dr. Yeezy. Dr. Yeezy, you mentioned how much you admired the art of George W. Bush. Yeah, man, he did those cool portraits of himself in the bath. Man, I could hang one of those right in my own bathroom, you know? You admire Bush? I like Bush in my bathroom. You also said that being awarded this doctorate would make everyone's lives better? For shizzle, and your life has already been made better by getting to spend this time with me talking about it. You're welcome. Do you think having a doctorate will change you? I'm going to change my postal address, so yeah, everyone's going to have to call me Doctor now. Maybe I should call my next album Doctor in the House. Or maybe not. President Obama wants to stop protecting the internet and declare it open territory. Government has slowly been edging away from their role as internet watchdogs, but the organization he wants to give even more power to are an abusive monopoly. The Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN, are tightening their grip on the web.
Scott, surely abusive is such a loaded word.
They created the domain .sucks and then forced companies to buy their names at that domain at exorbitant prices.
Yes, that did suck. Fair point. So I've been making a list of what I think ICANN can't do. Well, right now ICANN can do them, but I think ICANN shouldn't. Number 1, ICANN can't make up abusive domain names. Right now ICANN can, and it's disastrous. 2, ICANN can't stop other people from creating new domains. ICANN is holding the internet hostage. 3, ICANN cannot extort money from people, but ICANN can and does and is. Number 4, ICANN can't make me pay for Obama.sucks or Obama.douchebag or Obama.possumface.
So can you stop ICANN?
I can't.
And now it's time for Dictator Doings, where we see what's doing with the world's dreamiest dictators. We kick off in North Korea, where perhaps the world's most ruthless dictator seems to be enjoying killing people, as ruthless dictators do.
Do you want to hear my new song?
I want to know if it's true you poisoned your aunt and had your defense chief executed for dozing off in a meeting.
These are baseless insults. But if you don't like my song, I might nuke your TV studio. Just joking. Maybe. You wanted to hear my song?
Yes, please, Mr. Oon.
I am the one and only. There's nobody I'd rather be. I am the one and only. Can't take Korea away from me.
That's...
Enjoy it, or I may be called the nukes. I am the one and only. There's nobody I'd rather be. Crapperong Scott. I am the one and only. Can't take Korea away from me. Can't take Korea away from me.
Meanwhile, in Zimbabwe, another striking dictator has had his role in the mass killings of Ndebele people in the 80s brought to light. President Mugabe, you've only ever referred to this as a moment of madness. Are you willing to come clean now?
I think it's just typical, the dishonor you show me, you disgraceful Western media.
So you're saying these allegations are not true?
Whether they're true or not isn't important. I'm saying that even with this, I don't get first billing on your dictator list. Even with this, that bloody Kim Jong-un fellow is seen as being a better dictator than I am.
I'd say that for a lot of people, whether these allegations are true or not is important.
I don't care about those people.
Is it true that some of these involved were North Korean trained soldiers, the 5th Brigade?
There you go again, bringing him into it. It's always Kim Jong this, Kim Jong that. I refuse to tolerate this tomfoolery any longer.
As ISIS creeps closer to Palmyra, the West is panicking about all the valuable archaeological sites and artifacts that could be destroyed. So-called monument men, in tribute to the George Clooney film, are hiding and preserving what they can.
There's always an easier way.
You have a way to stop ISIS?
I keep telling people, but no one wants to listen to me. It's simple. There are definitely devices which will destroy the enemy without destroying physical objects.
You mean chemical weapons?
I mean certain devices which target the biological strength of our enemy.
Chemical weapons?
Tactical devices which might be weaponized and potentially chemical in nature. Oh, come on, Scott. I am only trying to help.
So, chemical weapons then. Gotcha.
There are times I worry. The country sees me as a joke.
What am I gonna do now that I'm retired? Sometimes I wish I died younger. when people still like me.
I haven't really given it too much thought. Oh, where were we? I don't really give a what people think about me.
If I had died while Mandela was still president, I would have got such a send-off.
It's almost like people don't really care about the intricate details of finance and prudent leadership.
Can you imagine? Wasting time worrying about ordinary people and their feelings.
Imagine the next time Jacob says something completely ludicrous. I don't have to deal with it.
Live fast, die young.
All I'll ever be is the man who fell off the chair.
Ordinary people are so exhausting.
I can watch his speeches without hyperventilating.
No one cares about my spreadsheets.
Oh, the eulogies they would have given me.
People say all sorts of things about me, that I'm an ugly person. Lousy commoners.
They are hyperlinked and color coordinated. My spreadsheets are beautiful.
It will be so beautiful.
It would have been so beautiful.
I think I am beautiful.
So, there you have it, folks. A rather unusual 81st State of the Puppet Nation / Mantashe Masterclass.
Wait, we aren't done.
But we finished the news, Mr.
Yes, but I thought about what you said and I wrote an advert.
For what?
Me. No. Yes. Gwede Mantashe is the cleverest, most attractive Secretary General the ANC has ever had.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Watch more politics, care about politics more, because I said so.
Oh.
Also, vote ANC, because I said so. Vote Gwede. Okay, now we are done.
Thanks for watching, folks. See you next week.
I will send feedback on your masterclass via email. You were lucky to have me, young man.